I did not grow up cooking from scratch. And honestly, that's okay. Most of us didn't. That's just the world that we grew up in. Convenience food was newer and it was just kind of the norm for how to feed your family. But at some point as a mom, I looked around my kitchen and thought to myself, I want to do this differently. So I decided to learn to cook from scratch. And I'm going to show you how I did that. I realized that just because I didn't grow up doing something didn't mean that I couldn't learn as an adult, and it's never too late to start. So I've been married for a little over a decade, and how I cooked at the beginning of our marriage was much different than how I cook today. I remember buying a lot of frozen food. I remember often throwing things like mozzarella sticks into the oven. It honestly took my husband being the one to be interested in baking bread from scratch to get me to the point where I wanted to make a change. We have a running joke that he comes up with fabulous ideas and it takes me at least 2 years to get on board with them. That's probably about how long it took before I attempted the bread recipe that he had been making. When I did start making bread, I honestly was not great at it at first. It took some practice, but eventually we kind of transitioned into me being the one to make bread. And now I make it at least once or twice a week, and we never buy grocery store bread anymore. It's so much yummier and healthier and really not that hard once you get it down. You can make it in your oven. You don't have to have a bread maker or anything special besides just a stand mixer, some bread loaf pans, a big bowl, and a few ingredients. I have a favorite tried and true from scratch bread recipe that we've been using for, I want to say, at least 5 years. I'm going to have it linked below. My husband found this on YouTube, and we make his recipe all the time. So good. What made me want to change my cooking habits was partly my husband's interest in scratch food, but also I really began to feel strongly about the quality of ingredients in the food that not just me and my husband were consuming, but my kids as well. I wanted to find a way to return to simple, real ingredients made from scratch in our own kitchen to nourish our family. I did not start by overhauling everything, and I don't recommend doing that. It can definitely be overwhelming to do it that way. I think the best way to do it is think of what are like 1 to 3 of your family's favorite meals, and then find a good recipe and learn how to make it from scratch. Start with one, nail that one, and then move on to the next. Getting that win and that experience is what's going to help you continue down the path of learning to cook from scratch. Also, give yourself so much grace. When you start, you might not be that great at it. You might completely flop the recipe, and that's totally fine. It's the learning experience, the growing, the trying again is what's going to get you to the destination of becoming a better cook. One tip that I would give you is to find your trusted resources. The internet can be really loud. There's a lot of voices. Just opening social media and scrolling your feed can feel overwhelming sometimes, and all the noise can make it really difficult to focus on your priorities. And so I have found a few of my own personal beloved sources that inspire me to get in the kitchen, that are a wonderful source of recipes that are just really, really good quality, and hone in on those. Keep coming back to them, keep feeling inspired by them. Another thing that I've learned over time is that cooking from scratch really flows better when you have a rhythm down. When you try to follow a rigid plan and you are not flexible and you just fall apart when life interrupts your meal plans for the week, it makes it really discouraging. And I think that when you go into it with a mindset of being flexible and just saying to yourself, like, it's okay if I can't cook the meal that I had planned tonight, just move it to the next day and then move your plans down a day. That's how I do it when things happen, and works really well. If you're brand new to cooking from scratch, one thing that I would not recommend is trying to do an elaborate meal or an elaborate recipe. Find something that's so simple that you feel like it's too easy. Start there, get those wins. Honestly, for my family with little ones, one of the easiest meals that I make is pan-fried chicken bites with a side of butter pasta, because that's what my picky kids like, and a frozen steamed vegetable. It is super simple, super easy, and everybody likes it. It's healthy. It's great. Some things that I didn't necessarily expect when I started moving into cooking from scratch is just the overall culture and feel of the home. It has helped me really slow down and enjoy my life, enjoy the process of things, of cooking, of seeing food come to fruition from a few ingredients. My kids started showing up in the kitchen, and I've been able to bond with them over cooking, teaching them valuable life skills and getting some really good quality time in. And the experience of a sit-down family dinner around the table, shared over food that we made ourselves from scratch with really good quality ingredients, is just worth all of the effort. It's memories that my kids are gonna grow up with, that me and my husband are gonna have to look back on, and it just has really shaped the culture of our family and our home. So I realized that it's not just about food, it's about more than that. It's about being intentional and slowing down and finding the simple joys in life as a mom. If you are wanting a simple place to start, I made a guide called Heart to Table. It's just an easy way to begin your cooking rhythms of making food from scratch. It's for moms who have tried this before and felt overwhelmed. I hope this helps just simplify and encourage you that you can do this. If you want to check it out, it is in the description below. If you're just starting out learning to cook from scratch, I want to say, please give yourself so much grace. That takes time, and that's completely okay. I'd love to know in the comments, what is the first thing that you're going to try to cook from scratch? If you already do cook from scratch, tell us what is an easy win recipe to try. My name is Michelle. Thanks for stopping by Warm Hearts Cottage. Remember to keep your heart warm, friend. I'll see you next time.